1,800 acres of rice, 1,000 acres harvested, and 800 to go.
I was still in it pretty big.
Kevin Birkin says he thought it was over the moment the water started flooding his fields.
I didn't know if I was going to be able to save any of it, much less some of it.
While Birkin considers himself one of the lucky ones, he says this is what many rice farmers are dealing with right now.
See what happens whenever the floodwaters come up, and if the rice gets covered or it's very close to the top to the rice, then the rice will sprout on the head. And then if that happens, then your quality is greatly reduced, and so you don't get as much money for your crop, and your yield is greatly reduced, so obviously you don't get as much money per acre either.
Leaving many to wonder if it's even worth harvesting.
Whenever these kinds of events come along, it could be a game changer.
From rice in southern Jeff Davis Parish to sugarcane in Lafayette Parish, the floods didn't discriminate.
A lot of guys were halfway finished planting, and when you plant, you top the cane with a little bit of soil, and that soil is now washed away with the cane.
Eddie Lewis has been harvesting sugarcane for a dozen years. He says while they can still harvest the crop, it'll take them twice as long.
The weather is actually pushing planting back, which will push grinding season back, which will put us at a bigger risk, not only from the flood loss, but also from losses from freezes and other storms.
Lewis still isn't sure how much of his crop has been destroyed. He says he won't know until the fields dry up and they can get the machines in there.
We're probably looking at another week before we can actually get back into the fields to assess the correct damages.
But says through it all farmers in Acadiana will bounce back and get their crops out. It may just take a little longer than anticipated.